Welcome back to TBI Talk. I'm in a pretty good mood today. I have recently encountered something and have had to deal with something that I want to talk about today because it just happened today, actually. So essentially what has happened is, I'm 8 years into my recovery, and over these 8 years, I've had struggles with, oddly enough, my closest loved ones. My closest loved ones still to this day seem to think I'm going to go back to, I'm not sure what they think because they don't talk to me. I can say something to them and they just don't respond to my texts. Or when they do respond, it's something to try to poke me. And now what I will say is, in their defense, I said and did things that I should not have done early on in my recovery. And I will take all the blame when it comes to that. And if I had to do it over again, or if I was the way I am today, I wouldn't do it that way. But the reason why I'm doing this video is to point out that obviously these closest loved ones didn't realize what a traumatic brain injury 7 would potentially be an outcome of, or what the results, or I don't know what to call, whatever you call it, the stuff that happens to people with traumatic brain injuries level 7, or even mild traumatic brain injuries, it can happen. And this is one of the things I still struggle with the most, is being able to filter what I say and then also handle my emotions. Some of my ability to think has come back, but I can't troubleshoot like I used to, or learn like I used to, or figure out problems like I used to. And but what I want to say is that God is amazing, and if you trust Him, He will provide things for you. Because while this situation was kind of progressing, and I realized that they were not going to accept this new me and be able to handle the way that I am. My mom and dad were Amish growing up, and they were shunned because they left the Amish. So I never knew any of my grandparents or any of my aunts or uncles or any of my cousins my whole life. But when this stuff started happening with my closest loved ones, I said, well, I'll try to reach out to basically people that I didn't know. They were my first cousins from my Uncle Eli's family. And so I reached out to one of them and went to dinner at his house. And just to make you understand, I believe this was a door that God opened for me. I strongly believe it was not a coincidence. It was a door that God opened for me. And when I was at my cousin Steve's house, before I left, I said, hey, Mom, do you have your brother and sister's phone numbers? I'd like to contact them. And he's got 8 brothers and sisters. There was 9 of them. And so I reached out to every single one of them, and I've talked to every single one of them. And then as time progressed, they said, hey, we're having a Raber reunion that we'd like you to come to. Even though it was basically just Eli's children that got together. But since I was a cousin they never met, they invited me out there. And I met these people, and I saw, and the other thing I want to point out here is, I was told my whole life that my dad's family was a bad family. They were too strict. They were this, they were that, and whatever. So I just believed it. I never, and my dad was not a very good father. He never paid child support. He didn't tell me he ever loved me, not one time. I don't know. I just struggled with it. But then when I was at this, and I always thought I was weird. I always thought I was very weird because, I had 3 sisters and a mom basically to grow up with. And I never had a man to influence my life. But anyways, I went to the Ray reunion and met these folks. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not weird. I'm just a raver. And it was the most amazing feeling to finally realize why I am the way I am. and accept myself. It helped me to accept myself. And this was a door that God opened for me to make me have a new family. Because what happened today was I finally got to the point where I wanted to give my family a chance to be able to understand how I felt and the things that happened over these last 8 years that I felt were wrong and the way that they don't understand me. So I texted them and gave them an opportunity to talk to me, but instead they didn't talk to me. They didn't respond, which is normal. So at this point, I have blocked every single one of their numbers. I unfortunately have had to remove them from my life. But what I want to give encouragement about is to understand that even though they don't accept me and they don't appreciate the way I am and they don't understand that the traumatic brain injury is the way it is, I want you to know that there are people out there that will show respect to you. There are people out there you can be friends with. There are other family members that will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And one of the other big things I want to point out is if you're a caregiver or you're a physician or a doctor, please make sure without a doubt that you tell the family and loved ones the outcomes of traumatic brain injury. Because I want to believe that they just were never told or something, because they still, I don't know. They don't talk about it with me, which is why if they're not going to show me enough respect to talk to me about it and confront these things, I feel like I'm just going to remove them because I get upset too much. I can't control my emotions still. I can't control my filter, what I say still. And it's been 8 years. Now I've come to get better at it. I've come to be able to accept myself the way I am. And what's crazy is the new family members accept me and love me. They treat me with the utmost respect and have no problem with me. People that I meet at TBI meetings and groups accept me no problem. Strangers that I meet in church accept me no problem. It's only my closest loved ones. So if this would happen to you, and the other reason why I'm talking about this is because there was a new attendee at one of the Synapse group by Case Western Reserve that attended, and she brought this up before I ever said anything about it, that she was having a similar problem like I'm having. And I want to encourage her or anybody else that comes along and watches this video that there is a way to find people that will show you respect. And it's almost like, because they never knew you before the accident, they can accept you because that's just who you are. But the people that knew you before the accident and are wanting that old person back or whatever it is. But if you're a caregiver, expect things that the person might be different and be able to accept them for who they are. And if you're a provider or a physician or a doctor, please make sure that you tell the loved ones and the caregivers that what the things that might likely happen with a TBI survivor. And also, do not let a TBI survivor make the decision to go back to work or not, because that's another bad thing that happened to me. I was being taken care of by a loved one, and I thought I was okay. I thought I'd be able to go back to work. But I had a very technical job, troubleshooting software problems for a startup company. And I didn't realize I wouldn't be okay. I thought I would go back, and I thought it might take me a little while to get back, but I never was able to do the job again. And what happened was, when I went to the doctors that day to think about going back to work, he said, "Wait 5 years, Jerry. Wait 5 years, Jerry. Wait 5 years, Jerry." And the person that was taking care of me, that actually had to drive me to the doctor's office, didn't try to stop me from signing it. I just signed it thinking I was going to be okay. So if you're a provider, do not let the person with the traumatic brain injury make that decision. Or if you're a caregiver or a loved one, do not let them make the decision to go back to work or not. Do it yourself, or please try to convince them not to go back. If the doctor says don't go back for 5 years, don't let them go back, because this has had a huge impact on my life, huge impact on my life. And I don't want any sympathy or any whatever. I have the Lord. I have a relationship with our Father that is the most amazing thing I have ever experienced. He talks to me all the time if I listen. Now, I don't always listen. I still have a lot to learn. But if I listen, he talks to me and gives me instructions on what to do and how to handle situations. And he has blessed me so much. He is, I mean, first of all, I'm 56 years old. And I don't remember any time in my life. I was married 3 times. I have 5 children, but I was never happy and content. But now all of a sudden that I have my relationship with him, I'm happy and content. Something I never had. So I will not give up this pearl that I found that you can't buy. There's no money that you can buy it with. It's free if we choose it. It's a free will choice. If you open that door, I'm telling you from experience, he will come in. He will find a way to resolve issues. It may not be what you like, because I don't like having to cut my family out. I don't like it. If I had my choice, it wouldn't be this way. But at the same time, so I don't cause myself to sin and cause them to sin and hurt other people with what I say, because I can't control my emotions, and my filter is terrible. So I'm doing this to spare them as well, even though they probably don't think that. I'm not sure what they think because they don't talk to me. So, but shout out to Wayne. And Wayne told me he watched a few of my videos and said, Jerry, don't wear that hat no more like that. And here I am wearing my hat like this again. God bless you. Have a good day. And oh, wait. There's a few people that I want to mention. Ema, Abba, Randy, Mark, Loretta, Kathleen, Christine Bailey. I think it's Christine Bailey. Eldo, Grace, Effie, Mary, Paul, Jerry, and they'll know who they are. Dorothy, Atlee. I mean, these people are just been such a blessing in my life. I mean, and this is also the funny thing is, my mom would also tell me to stay away from the Holdermans and stay away from the Amish. But here it is, these exact people that are showing me the kind of love that I need right now, given my injury and the attention that I need and the direction that I need. I mean, I don't understand, or I can't justify anything. And again, I made many mistakes. I said things I should not have said. I was at fault for a lot of things, but given the injury I had, I have to be able to accept that those mistakes happen. And like I said, these new people in my life accept me just the way I am. So if you're going through a similar kind of thing, do not give up. Do not get discouraged. If you haven't yet, from my experience, what worked for me was opening my heart up I got on my hands and knees, and it has changed my life forever, because I'm not giving up this pearl. Amen. God bless you all.